Why would he shoot a 20-month-old baby? You can be mad at the mother, anybody's mother, father, or whatever. That has nothing to do with the children.
The family shared photos of the victims. This is baby Kyson and his mother, 26-year-old Keyera Shepard, that was killed.
Any ideas on why he would ever shoot Keyera or the child?
He wanted his girlfriend back, and she didn't want to be with him. And Keyera and her was friends or whatever.
He was unwilling to accept that his partner had moved on and had another partner. He killed that new partner and then shot at her child as well.
He did mouth in there that he was not guilty of shooting the baby. And he's sorry. So that has us puzzled. Did you just shoot her, or did you purposely shoot my grandson, or was it an accident? Was he standing next to her, you know?
The child is in critical condition but stable.
We're still playing a waiting game, you know, from the head trauma. They said anytime there's head trauma, he can be there from, we cannot see a change from 3 days to 3 weeks. So, you know, he's a fighter. He's strong.
The 30-year-old believed she was finally free of Sim Jackson's manipulative hold when she parted ways with him. She moved on, falling in love with Keyera once more, and felt hopeful for the first time in a long time. However, Jackson's fixation deepened and turned into a terrible obsession. That she had found happiness without him, especially with someone new, was something he could not stand. A woman named Keyera paid the ultimate price for his ex-girlfriend moving on from a dysfunctional relationship in a heartbreaking act of envy and bitterness. He wanted to exact revenge on Keyera and her defenseless 20-month-old son one fateful night. An innocent woman lost her life in a tragedy that could have been a fresh start. Before we begin this video, we would like to express our deepest sympathies to the family and friends who were severely affected by this horrible crime. We would also like to send condolences to Keyera's family and friends. Today's case takes us to Stockton. Stockton is a city located in California's Central Valley, about 50 miles south of Sacramento. The city has a population of around 320,000 residents. It's one of the state's larger cities. Stockton is known for its agricultural roots, being surrounded by farmland, and its deep water port, which connects the city to the San Francisco Bay. It became the gateway, supply, and transportation center to California's southern mines. Keyera Shepard, 26, was a wonderful niece, sister, and friend to everyone who had been fortunate enough to know her. She was also a dedicated mother to her son. Keyera, also called Kiki, was the mother of Kyson, who was 20 months old. The 26-year-old was outgoing and ambitious. Shepard was enrolled in the San Jose Job Corps program. She tried everything in her ability to make her son happy as she loved him so much. She enjoyed taking care of him and providing for him. Keyera Shepard embodied vitality and affection. Shepard was also in a relationship, and she was content with her new beginning. Despite having experienced a fair share of heartbreaks in her past relationship, she was eager to try love again. After becoming acquaintances, she started dating the 30-year-old lady. Regretfully, the individual's name has not been made public by the authorities. This 30-year-old woman had recently ended her toxic relationship with her children's father in addition to being a mother of 2 children. Since they were content and really wanted to explore where their relationship would go, they went with the flow. Unfortunately, their romance would end in death. On Saturday, September 21st, at around 7:13 p.m., police were called to the 3200 block of Blue Ridge Circle in response to a report of gunfire during a domestic violence incident. When the first police got on the scene, they discovered a 30-year-old lady with a gunshot wound that was not life-threatening. Court filings state that she is the suspect's ex-girlfriend. Police reported that Sim Jackson, 39, fired multiple rounds at them as they approached a unit within the Blue Ridge Heights apartments. Jackson reportedly locked himself in the apartment where there were several children when the authorities returned fire. Neither the suspect nor the officers were hit by bullets during the gunfight. After a nearly 1.5-hour standoff, a hostage negotiator was summoned and successfully persuaded Jackson to surrender. Then they took him into custody. Upon entering the apartment, the authorities discovered 2 children who were unharmed and 2 victims of gunshot wounds, a 1-year-old child and Shepard. Subsequently, the boy was recognized as Shepard's son by members of his family. In September, 2 days prior to the gunshot that claimed Shepard's life, the 30-year-old woman, according to court records, requested a domestic violence restraining order. The lady claimed in her plea that Jackson had assaulted her in 2019 and 2020 and was the father of 2 of her children. Jackson, according to her, has been abusing her on a daily basis since July 2024 and has threatened to kill her and her kids. Among the victims were a 30-year-old woman with non-life-threatening injuries, a 26-year-old Keyera Shepard who was pronounced dead at the scene, and an infant whose condition was serious but stable. According to authorities, Jackson was charged with firearms offenses, child endangerment, homicide, and assault with a dangerous weapon.
Now to another developing story, this time out of Stockton. We've been following this for days now. Sim Jackson was in San Joaquin County Court today.
He's a man accused of killing a woman, injuring another, and a baby. It all led to a standoff where he allegedly opened fire at officers. ABC 10's Devin Truby was in court today when Jackson had an outburst.
Devin, tell us what happened.
Sim Jackson said several times in open court that he is guilty, despite the judge and his public defender telling him to stop. Take a listen. A triple shooting turned hostage situation Saturday in Stockton at Blue Ridge Heights apartment has this man, 39-year-old Sim Jackson, appearing in court Tuesday, making a shocking statement after hearing his rights and saying he understood the charges.
What do you want to do with your case?
Guilty.
You could get life in prison. You want to talk to a lawyer? I'm not going to accept a guilty plea today in a rainbow.
Yeah, I talked to a lawyer. I'm definitely guilty.
Don't say any more that might affect your defense.
Jackson proceeded to speak even after the judge assigned a public defender.
I do want to apologize for the...
Don't say any more. Anything you say is being taken down.
You can then see Jackson mouthing to people in the audience, "I'm sorry." Jackson proceeds to tell his public defender he wants the next court date as soon as possible. He's guilty and wants to move forward, despite his public defender advising him to stop speaking.
Okay, stop saying that.
The San Joaquin County District Attorney's Office describing Jackson's actions Saturday night as a crime spree that started as a domestic violence call.
He was unwilling to accept that his partner had moved on and had another partner. He killed that new partner and then shot at her child as well. That child is in the hospital in critical condition.
The charges are murder of Keyera Shepard, attempted murder of her 6-month-old child, assault on his ex-girlfriend, who we are not naming because she's a victim of domestic violence, and assault of a peace officer. The judge said all of these charges face several enhancements, including some for his prior felony conviction of shooting from a car at a person. This case has so much attention that 5 members of the Stockton Police Department were also there in court today. Now, we asked the District Attorney's Office if they had a response to Jackson saying that he was guilty. They said they did not wish to comment. Jackson will be back right here in court on October 7th. Reporting live in Stockton, Devin Truby, ABC 10.
Unforgettable day in court indeed. Devin, we thank you for that live update.
It did not sit well with Jackson that the 30-year-old had moved on from him and found love elsewhere. So Sim Jackson killed her new companion and her 20-month-old child to exact revenge on the mother of his children for what she had done. According to the deputy DA, Shepard's child is still in critical condition at the hospital. The child's family members identified him as Keyera. According to reports, the 20-month-old has had trauma. On October 7th, Jackson is expected to be back in court. We hope that Keyera's family finds solace in the knowledge that justice will be served. We send our condolences to them during this very sad time of loss. If you would like to stay updated with this type of content, please don't forget to like and subscribe. See you on the following video.